All the stories we produce are from real life cases that are brought to us by police or gendarmerie or any other law enforcement. We intended to change names of people and sometimes the places, and if there is any match between names or events, it is purely coincidental. Because we are interested in the moral of the story rather than the people made it. I welcome you all to my channel. So hello everyone, welcome to another story from your series True Crime Stories. Our story for today is about a boy born in the 5th of November 1985. He was the oldest child in a family consist of the father, who works as a night watcher or a night watchman, and the mother, an unemployed woman that dedicated herself into raising her children, her 4 children. Besides the boy that we are going to speak about or narrate his story, the oldest of the 3 children, the other 3 children, is not more than 12 years old. The father was a hard-working person. The father worked hard in order to bring food to the table for his family, and also the boys and our boy was well-behaved kid. He was passionate about his studies and he was to sit for the exam, the baccalaureate exam, which is an exam that students get in high school. If they pass, they will get their higher diploma and they will be able to continue their studies at the university. He was working very hard in order to get this diploma, and in his mind and in his dream to help his father and his family to take them out from poverty. In the year 2004, he was preparing for the baccalaureate exam along with some of his friends. They were gathering in groups and start revising and everything. One of the evenings, while he was studying and revising with his friends, he felt a horrible headache. He felt tired and fatigued. And in this group of students, there was one boy that had a pill with him, and he gave it to him, told him that it will reduce the headache. And that's what he did, and when he swallowed that pill, he immediately felt relieved and the headache went off. In the next day, and approximately in the same time as the day before, the boy felt the same headache. But the friend who gave him the pill was not there. He did not attend that revising session. So he had to go until his house to get the pill. So that's what he did. He went to his house and he gave it to him. The boy had no idea what he was taking. He thought it's just a medicine his friend is giving. He had no idea that he is starting to fall in an addiction. And this friend, this pretending to be a friend, is nothing but a drug dealer. A dealer that deal in hallucinogenic pills. The status of the boy started to get worse. He started to get agitated, and a rampage status started to be shown on him. The baccalaureate exam are now here, but he did not went to take them. The hard working of a whole year just went in vain. In the house, the things were upside down. The boy is now blackmailing his parents to give him the money for his addiction. And step by step, he started using the violence against his parents. His behavior was completely changed. He is no longer that well-behaved kid. One of the people living in the neighborhood was a policeman. He was working as a traffic policeman. He was known by the whole village. He was a respected man, a good person. The people of the village usually, whenever they are in trouble, they get to him seeking for advice in any conflict or a case that they would from him that seeking help and advice, of course. The father of the boy also went to this policeman. He told him the situation of his son and how it all started. He even told him how these kind of pills enter in the schools and how it is spread into the classroom, not only in the school but inside the classrooms, and how is the dealers starting to spread these kind of pills by the help of some students. The father of the boy left after the policeman had promised him to look into it. The things in the house were not getting any easier. Now the mother had to split the cash between the needs of the house and the need of the boy. She was doing this in order to keep him from breaking anything in the house, or after he was taking the furniture, the luggage, anything that he can find, and go and sell it to get the money and buy a pill or two. After 3 days, the policeman met the father and told him that he got him an appointment in the hospital in order from him to get his son into this hospital, the hospital of mental health. In the appointed day, an ambulance came to his house and they handcuffed the boy and was taken directly to the hospital. The father was hoping from the hospital to keep him inside. So that's how it goes. The ambulance will take him, the doctor will see him, and he will decide whether he will stay at the hospital or he can just give him some medicine and he can go back to his house. So when the ambulance took him and they get to the hospital, they found a huge line in there, and people, some selling snacks, and people are buying, and then the father knew that the time will be forever in order to get inside. In the waiting area, there was a nurse taking names and notes on every patient there. The thing that surprised the father the most is how calm his son was. Unexpectedly, the boy was calm and nice, like nothing is going on. And the father, in that time, he was hoping from his son to start agitating and getting angry. He was hoping that the boy started getting angry in order for the doctor to see what he is capable of doing. But the boy was so calm and did nothing. The nurse came and took his file and started putting down some medicines and give it to the father and told him to get him these medicines for 2 months. It was a huge disappointment for the father. So he went back with his son, and the son went or got exactly the rampage state now. Like he was just faking that calmness in the doctor office or the hospital. By time, the boy is no longer staying at the house very often, but he just come to the house in order to take money from the mother. And his violence went up as he is always walking with a knife, a big knife shaped like a sword. Now he is walking and hijacking people and taking money from this and from that, and the whole village is upside down and was in afraid total afraid of his behavior. In the 6th of May 2005, the traffic policeman we mentioned earlier, he was coming home from a long day of work. He was just thinking about how he can go home and have a rest, but before he, as usual, he should go to the marketplace to get some needs, some fruits, some vegetables. The marketplace in here is not like a mall or just like small booths, kiosk. And while he was buying the fruits, he saw the boy coming, and in his hand the knife, and he was threatening the people. The policeman pretended that he did not see him, but the boy saw him and he went straight to him. The boy was going straight to the policeman. The policeman did not think that he would try and hurt a policeman. And the boy stopped nearly to him, and he started swearing and cursing. But the policeman remained calm and did nothing. But the boy went closer to him and raised his knife and strike him. He was going for his face, but the policeman went a bit back, ending up by hurting the policeman's bike. The boy launched another attack on the policeman, but the policeman went back again, and now he went for his gun and told the boy to get back and stop what he is doing. The boy was in a rampage state, obviously, and did not back off. And when the boy went for the knife in order to shoot, in order to strike another strike on the policeman, then the policeman shot the boy right in the neck. It was one quick shot entered in his neck. It was quick and clean shot that made him dead right away. Some shopper called the police and told them that some kid was killed by a policeman, and the head of the police department came himself with his vice and some other officers. And the crime scene was sealed, and the officers started questioning or started looking for witnesses, but no one wanted or dared to come forward to say what had happened. Policeman was taken to the department after taking his service weapon. The policeman narrated his whole story, and he told him that he had to use the lethal force to defend himself and others. The detective, the responsible detective for this case, had to put him in the protective custody. The next day, the father went to the morgue and he got his son's body, but he started hearing so many versions of the story. Some of the stories urged him to go and sue this policeman. After the funeral, the father spent the whole night thinking of what he is going to do. And in the morning, he went to the police department and told the detective responsible for this case. He told him that the policeman did not murder his son, but he was just protecting himself and others. The detective thanked him for his nobility and his forgiveness. So after finishing the paperwork, the policeman walked free. So the people of this village will always remember how this horrible story started and ended. It is a story of how can these pills ruin an innocent life just like that. to make people be aware of these or the consequences of taking anything from a stranger, even if he is maybe pretending to be a friend. Like in here, he was not a friend. He was revising with the son, but he was not a friend of him. So watch out for your children. And thank you for watching. So that was our story for today. I hope you like it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you, and I hope I can see you next time in another story. Peace.